Oh my goodness, Myleene, this is so beautiful.
Oh.
And the video's beautiful. The family have got involved.
They did,
It's a really special album. I think what's so beautiful about this, you have stripped back songs that are brilliant as they are. We know that, but we're so used to the big performance and all of the musical components that go into making it. And this is just stripping it right back to the beauty of the actual song.
It's really interesting you say that, because I got into the studio and I'm like, right, Taylor Swift, there's so much percussion, and you've you know, been to see her. She's,
and we know it so well.
You know the song so well. So I liked the challenge of going, right, how do I make Shake It Off, or We're Never Getting Back Together, or how do I make these songs that are so well known into really stripped back lullabies? And what's so amazing about Taylor is she's the most incredible songwriter. Her melodies are so strong, they really do lend themselves to lullabies. So I thought, well, there's only so much Peppa Pig or Coco Melon any of us can take.
Yeah.
No shade, we love them dearly, all of them, but you know, it's just nice for...
It can be repetitive.
It can be repetitive. And I just thought, well, how lovely, you know, this is our 4th album now, how lovely to be able to do Taylor.
And this, yes, is the 4th one, and this all sort of came about really, actually during lockdown, didn't it?
That's it, yeah.
It was friends of yours kind of wanting, we're lacking in those little music classes you do with your children and so on, and then you came up with this idea.
My friend said, look, I've just had a baby, it's her first, and she really missed out on those groups. You know, you can go shake a rattle and just go and see somebody else. And she just didn't get to see anyone. So I said, well, I'll do lullabies, and everyone can just call in, and we used to do like live sessions, and everyone would say, well, do David Bowie as a lullaby, or do Aha. And suddenly it started something, and I thought, you know what, we could actually make these. So we did Motown and we did jungle. I've done Christmas lullabies, and Taylor just seems like the most a natural progression, with just being to see the Eras tour with my daughters. And I just thought, this is really going to work. And everyone loves Taylor. She's the most powerful, not just woman, she's the most powerful musician person on the planet.
Absolutely. And I think as well, I was playing it last night. I was getting the children ready for bed, and I think it's important to say, it's not just for babies.
No.
That's the thing. This is a beautiful album just to have.
I've got a girlfriend who listens to it in the bath.
Yeah,
She just chills out. She says she goes on a run and then she just puts it on, because she said it just really relaxes her. So I think even the record company were really surprised that it was intended for babies as lullabies, but we've got the whole chill out sector have come to it as well. I get it.
I'm not surprised at all. And like we said, very much a family affair. Both your girls feature, and indeed your little boy, actually.
Well, yeah, he's all over it. He comes, he's learning the drums. So we had to,
we had to
give him like a shaker just to pare it back a bit. But what's so brilliant is, you know, Ava's a cellist, so that lends itself really beautifully to lullabies. I think more surprisingly, because Hero's a brass player, she's a trumpet player, I again liked the challenge of how do we get a trumpet onto a lullaby album, and we just paired it right back and put like an effect onto it, and it works really nicely.
You're talking about eras and different chapters, and you're entering into that exactly now. I mean, your eldest daughter's off to university, your second daughter there, of course, she's about GCSEs, and then of course you've got little Apollo. Feels like a new
different era,
doesn't it?
It really does, because you know when you hear people say that cliche, I blinked and then suddenly they were 18. My daughter's going to be 18, and
I know, and you're missing her before she's even left.
I keep going, I must be annoying her, something chronic. I keep going up to her, just really holding her really tight, and she's like, I'll come back. So she already knows what I'm thinking. And I do, of course, I want her to go. It's that line from Nemo, isn't it? You know, I don't want anything to happen to you. Well, you want something to happen to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's my day one. She's the OG, and I'm like, gosh, my baby girl's going to uni.
I still can't believe it. That your daughter is at that age, and like I feel like I've known you for so long, and it's like this can't be happening. Well, something else that I know, indeed lots of other people know about you, is how passionately you've been campaigning recently. We have talked about this for so long now, and particularly for women to be entitled to bereavement leave if they have a miscarriage before the 24 weeks.
That's right.
And lots of other issues you're campaigning for as well.
Now,
that's only exactly scratching the surface. Where are we at? Because you're constantly banging the door down at government, aren't you? Trying to be listened to and heard and to make changes.
Yeah. Where we're at is actually a really positive place. So legislation, I've seen that so many people have reported that the law has gone through for bereavement leave. We're nearly there. There is a really long process. Nothing can be railroaded through in Parliament, which is both frustrating, but the right way to do things as well. So the MPs have signed it off, and now we've just got to wait for the Lords and Ladies to sign it off. And then once we're there, then we've got the go-ahead.
And it's to get the actual discussion happening in the first place, isn't it? Like we've said before many times, miscarriage has been always a very private, taboo issue between, you know, for a woman with her partner, the family, and that's kind of where it's always been kept. And you're also trying to make us all much more aware of it happens. But why does it happen?
That's the problem. We don't actually know why it does happen. Until it happened to me, I didn't know there were 13 kinds of miscarriage. I thought it was just a miscarriage. I say just, I don't take it lightly, far from it. But it's taken, you know, that lived experience to say, right, there's so much more that needs to be done. Data needs to be collected. We have to change the laws as to having to wait for 3 consecutive miscarriages. You wouldn't wait for 3 heart attacks to get help.
Yeah.
But as the setup currently stands, it's just not geared to looking after women. And women have felt so ashamed and fearful for so long that we've not really spoken up. So I do feel like we're going into a different era here, definitely one of campaigning and getting things done, but it's actually working, you know, when you suddenly go, gosh, you know, years of trying to knock down these doors and trying to engage these politicians, because all the changes happen at Westminster. You'd think they'd happen in hospitals and in the doctor's surgery with the medical profession, but it happens at Westminster, and most of these people in the past have been men, privately educated, don't understand what it's like for women living in the real world and families, and they don't think of the 20,000 people that this is happening to every single month. So we're changing that, and it feels extremely empowering, and you know, it feels satisfying to know, hopefully my children, your children, will never have to go through what, you know, so many women go through.
Yeah, absolutely, Mary. You're doing incredible stuff with that, and you'll update us, obviously, when you do.
Of course.
We'll know about that.
Of course.
The album is so beautiful. I mean,
Thank
goodness
you.
knows who's next. Like you say, you can adapt this to anybody, can't you? So
Send in
the world's your oyster.
Who would you like to hear next? I like the idea of like a David Bowie album or the Beatles, or that seems to be everywhere at the moment.
Well, the Beatles, absolutely. Yeah. Very, very appropriate. Taylor's Lullabies is, of course, it's out today, isn't it?
Right now, yeah.
There we go. Thanks so much, Myleene.
Thank
We'll catch
you.
up on Loose Women, sure, in the next couple of weeks anyway.